In the gut, we have bacteria that make, what is called endotoxin that can be absorbed into our system. And one of the things that I began to see when I quickly moved someone from a standard American diet, where they have all these gram-negative bacteria producing LPS, this endotoxin, and then dumping a whole lot of fat into the system all at once. Well, obviously LPS, this endotoxin, loves fat. And so what I saw is that people would be achy, joint pains, keto, quote, keto flu. And I did something very similar to what you did, is I started putting them through a detox first to try to adjust some of the microbiome, deal with some of the liver effects, help them essentially deal with what's coming. It's almost like conditioning the metabolism to get ready for ketosis. I like to envision it almost like, this very thin, cold, frozen rubber band. You try to, pull that apart, it's going to snap, versus this big, thick rubber band that you can move around. It's almost like the metabolism needs to have some degree of flexibility before you really begin to push on it. I too began to, when people were like, hey, I really want to do keto, I'm one of these people that I'm kind of program agnostic. I'm like, we can do whatever you want to do. The proof will be in the pudding of results. However, if you do want to do keto, or you do want to do some of these other things, there are some things that we should do ahead of time to make sure that it is something that will work and not create some negative effects. And so I really sort of love that approach, simply because it's just talking to an expert here and saying, oh, okay, she sees things, similar to me, makes me feel a little bit better about some of the things that I'm doing. Because similar for me, carbohydrates, whereas sometimes when you go super low with those, what you would see is, especially with women, this will happen with men too, is difficulty with sleep, cortisol levels going up and things like that. And so what I began to do as well is oftentimes slowly bump up the carbs just a little at a time to control sleep, and sometimes time them with the nighttime meal only.